Hey there, it's Paul Mark and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we want to talk a little bit about acidity and bitterness and hopefully even get into mouthfeel and body. One of the things I think that consumers often struggle with is this idea of acidity and bitterness. Most people equate bitterness with coffee, and that's correct to do so. Espresso, a great espresso should be a harmonious balance of sweetness, bitterness, and acidity. And so it's natural to get bitterness sort of in your head when it comes to coffee. But I don't think really people understand acidity, and I don't think, in all honesty, many coffee people get acidity either. My training with wine, with the WSET program, has really helped me, I think, in this regard, because it's really instructed me in terms of not thinking of acidity as a flavor. We talked about flavors a little bit in episode 3, and I don't want to get into that today, but suffice it to say, acidity really doesn't have that much flavor. Josh and I have sat at the roastery and burnt our tongues. You can read the blog post with different acids, and really there isn't a lot of flavor and acidity or in the acids that we often find in coffee. And so don't think about flavor when it comes to acidity. Often we describe acidity in coffee like, oh, it's got citrus acidity. Well, it might have citric acid, and that's a mouthfeel. It's not the flavor of lemon. And that's what we have to get the distinction of. Acidity is discerned in your mouth by the level to which your mouth starts to salivate when you put something acidic in your mouth, because our mouths love to be basic. They like that basic state, and so when you put something that has acid in it, it wants to get rid of it. And so when you think about acidity, don't think about flavor. Think about the level to which you start to salivate. That gives you the indication of how much acidity is in your mouth. And then think about what it does to the coffee. I'm drinking our new Genesis Rojo Red today. I can't remember what lot it is. It doesn't matter. Delightful coffee, nice, crisp, refined acidity in it. And what it does is it offers some structure to that coffee, and it offers a little bit of zest and a little bit of life. And that's why acidity in coffee is really important. And I think what often gets confused with acidity when it comes to coffee is bitterness. Bitterness is sort of that rough sort of finish to a coffee, a bit of a sharp, bitter finish to a coffee. And that usually happens through the process of roasting something too dark, in all honesty. Or it comes through not great quality. But often that dark roast will contribute to bitterness. And because acidity and bitterness are sort of on the same scale, same continuum, there's far more acidity present early on in the roast or with a light roast. But as you roast that coffee, the acidity falls away and bitterness starts to increase. And with a dark roast, you're definitely going to get those bitter notes and bitter tones and that bitter sort of rough finish to when it comes to drinking coffee. So yeah, hopefully this helps you a little bit in understanding that great quality coffee requires acidity. Coffee without acidity is boring, flat, bland, and coffee with acidity is lively, sparkling, it's dynamic, it's complex, and it's what makes drinking really great coffee exciting. So yeah, there's lots of blog posts on our blog about acidity, and so go there if you need more information. But hopefully this helps you understand one more aspect of what constitutes quality in a cup. So until next time, drink less more often.